Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Carlton Fisk, the Iron Man behind the plate. Few figures in baseball history embody toughness, leadership, and longevity quite like Carlton Fisk. Known affectionately as Pudge, Fisk spent 24 seasons in Major League Baseball redefining what it meant to be a catcher. His memorable moments, relentless work ethic, and unparalleled durability have secured him a permanent place among the sport's all-time greats. Early life and rise through the minors. Carlton Ernest Fisk was born on December 26, 1947. In Bellows Falls, Vermont, and raised in Charlestown, New Hampshire. From a young age, his athletic ability was obvious. Basketball, baseball, and football all came naturally. But the diamond is where he truly stood out. Drafted by the Boston Red Sox in 1967, Fisk spent several years developing through the minor league system. His combination of powerful hitting, defensive precision, and natural leadership made him one of the organization's most prized prospects. Breakout with the Boston Red Sox. Fisk made his first full MLB season count. In 1972, he delivered one of the most impressive rookie campaigns in league history. American League Rookie of the Year, Gold Glove Award, All-Star selection, first AL rookie catcher with 20-plus home runs. But Fisk's most iconic moment came in Game 6 of the 1975 World Series. With the Red Sox facing elimination, he smashed a 12th-inning home run off the foul pole in left field, while famously waving the ball fair with his body language. The image of Fisk hopping down the first base line remains one of baseball's most legendary moments. Chicago White Sox, a second chapter of greatness. In 1981, Fisk shocked fans by signing with the Chicago White Sox, beginning a second, equally impressive phase of his career. Despite being in his mid-30s, Fisk remained one of the league's most productive and durable catchers. He recorded multiple 20-home run seasons and all-star appearance at age 43, leadership that shaped a new generation of White Sox players. One of his most remarkable feats came in 1991, when he broke the record for most home runs by a catcher, a tribute to his rare combination of power, endurance, and longevity. Legacy of longevity and toughness. Carlton Fisk retired in 1993 after 2,226 games caught, a major league record at the time. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2000. A fitting tribute to a player whose impact stretched across decades. Fisk's career is defined by unmatched durability. He played into his mid-40s, outlasting many of his peers by sheer force of will and commitment to conditioning. Defensive excellence. With a commanding presence behind the plate, Fisk was known for his rocket arm, game-calling intelligence, and ability to control pitchers. Clutch performance. His 1975 World Series home run is often called one of the greatest in baseball history. Leadership. Fisk set the tone with professionalism and intensity, influencing teammates everywhere he played. A lasting impact on baseball. Carlton Fisk's legacy goes far beyond statistics. He transformed the expectations for catchers, proving that elite performance and longevity behind the plate were not only possible but sustainable. His style, determination, and iconic moments have inspired countless players who followed. Today, he stands as one of baseball's most respected figures, a symbol of grit, excellence, and a relentless love for the game. Carlton Fisk, a legend in steel, the story of baseball's iron-willed catcher. Few players in baseball history blend toughness, talent, and longevity quite like Carlton Fisk. Known for his fiery competitiveness and unmatched resilience behind the plate, Fisk carved out a remarkable 24-year career, one defined by iconic moments, historic achievements, and an unwavering commitment to the game. To many, he is the embodiment of the modern catcher, strong, smart, durable, and fiercely determined. But his journey to baseball immortality is one of grit, evolution, and unforgettable moments. A small-town athlete with big league potential, born in Vermont and raised in small-town New Hampshire, Carlton Fisk was never supposed to become one of baseball's most enduring stars. Yet from a young age, Pudge was different. His athleticism was so impressive that he nearly pursued basketball instead of baseball. He was a high-scoring forward and a state champion. But the Boston Red Sox saw something special. Drafted in 1967, Fisk spent years honing his craft in the minors. It wasn't easy. Injuries and inconsistency slowed his progress. Still, he stood out for his raw power, discipline, and leadership ability. By 1972, the Red Sox finally gave him a full-time shot. He didn't disappoint. 1972. A rookie season for the ages. Few rookie catchers have ever dominated like Carlton Fisk did in 1972. .293 batting average, 22 home runs, 28 doubles. First rookie catcher in AL history with 20-hour AL Rookie of the Year Gold Glove Award. It was clear from the start. Fisk wasn't just a good player, he was a generational talent. The 1975 World Series. A moment that transcended baseball, the defining moment of Fisk's career, and one of the most famous moments in all of sports, came on October 21, 1975. In the bottom of the 12th inning of Game 6 of the World Series. The score, tied 6-6. The pitch, a high fastball. The swing, powerful. The ball, drifting toward the left field foul pole. As he ran toward first base, Fisk waved his arms dramatically, willing the ball to stay fair. And it did, clanging off the pole for a walk-off home run. That moment is legendary not only because of its drama, but because it helped change how baseball was televised. The cameraman famously kept his lens on Fisk instead of the ball, creating one of the sport's most iconic images. Though the Red Sox ultimately lost the series, Fisk's home run became immortal. A stunning move. Leaving Boston for Chicago after years of tension with Red Sox management, Fisk signed with the Chicago White Sox in 1981. His arrival was electrifying, literally. In his first game with Chicago, he hit a ninth-inning, game-winning home run against the Red Sox at Fenway Park. It was symbolic, a new beginning, a rebirth in black and white pinstripes. Reinventing himself in his 30s and 40s, most players decline sharply after 35. Fisk was the opposite. He maintained incredible conditioning, adopting training routines far ahead of their time. He became known for brutal weightlifting sessions, endurance, running a strict diet, relentless preparation. These habits paid off. In Chicago, Fisk recorded multiple 20-plus hour seasons, caught hundreds of games well into his 40s, and remained the emotional heart of the clubhouse. In 1990, at age 42, he caught 158 games, the most ever by a catcher his age. Records, milestones, and iron-willed toughness. Carlton Fisk's career is filled with achievements that speak to his durability and excellence. Trophy key accomplishments: 24 MLB seasons, 1971 to 1993, 11-time All-Star Hall of Fame inductee, class of 2000, most games caught, 2,226 at the time of retirement, most home runs by a catcher, 351. Record at retirement, oldest catcher to hit a grand slam, 43 years old. Most seasons played as a catcher. In an era before advanced sports medicine, Fisk played through pain constantly, broken fingers, torn ligaments, concussions, and more. Yet he kept getting back up, kept putting on the gear, kept competing. He once said, "I had only one speed. Full speed." A fierce competitor and an uncompromising leader, Fisk's intensity was legendary. He demanded focus from pitchers. He scolded young players who didn't hustle. He wasn't afraid to confront opponents, famously exchanging heated words with Deion Sanders after Sanders failed to run out a pop-up. His leadership raised standards. Players respected him, even feared him at times, because they knew he cared deeply about winning. The Hall of Fame and a lasting legacy. In 2000, Fisk entered the Baseball Hall of Fame, capping a career defined not by flash but by fire. Today, he is remembered for revolutionizing the catcher position, setting new standards for fitness and longevity, a style of play built on toughness and pride. One of the most iconic moments in sports history, his famous 1975 home run, is so celebrated that it inspired a special name for the left field pole at Fenway Park: the Fisk Foul Pole. Conclusion: the catcher who became a symbol of endurance, Carlton Fisk, wasn't just a great catcher, he was a symbol of durability, professionalism, and heart. He proved that greatness isn't only about talent. It's about preparation, resilience, and a refusal to quit. Across 2 teams, 2 decades, and countless battles behind the plate, Fisk forged a legacy that endures as long as baseball itself. Carlton Fisk, the relentless warrior who redefined the catcher's position. Carlton Fisk's name is synonymous with strength, intensity, and longevity. To baseball fans, he is not just a Hall of Famer, he is the living embodiment of discipline and perseverance. His career spanned nearly a quarter of a century, bridging eras, rivalries, and the evolution of the modern game. More than any statistic, Fisk's reputation rests on something deeper: an uncompromising demand for excellence, whether from himself, his teammates, or the sport he loved. The making of a catcher: how Fisk became Pudge. Growing up in rural New Hampshire, Fisk wasn't sculpted by big city facilities or elite coaches. His training ground was the outdoors. He chopped wood, worked farm chores, and built the kind of natural strength that later became his baseball trademark. People close to him described young Fisk as serious, intense, able to outwork anyone, fearlessly competitive. His nickname, Pudge, didn't come solely from physique, it was a symbol of power and presence behind the plate. The Red Sox years. A star emerges. Fisk's early major league seasons weren't without obstacles. He endured injuries that threatened his career before it truly began, including a torn knee ligament, fractured bones, several collisions at home plate, but instead of breaking him, these setbacks hardened him. By 1972, Fisk had put the league on notice. His Rookie of the Year campaign wasn't a fluke, it was a warning. Fisk's strengths with Boston included a cannon arm that discouraged base stealers' aggressive pitch calling. Unusual for a young catcher, leadership even as the youngest player on the field, fearlessness on plays at the plate, often absorbing full-speed impacts, clutch power hitting. Especially in late innings, he wasn't just good. He changed the expectations of what a catcher should be. The 1975 World Series. A moment that outlived the game. Few sports moments in history are so iconic that they become part of the cultural fabric. Fisk's home run in Game 6 was one of them. But the story behind it is just as legendary. The cameraman who kept the lens on Fisk only did so because a rat had distracted him in the camera well. Fisk was battling exhaustion from playing long innings behind the plate. He later said that he didn't remember waving his arms, it was pure instinct. The moment changed television broadcasting forever, as networks learned the power of close-ups and player reactions. The home run wasn't just a shot that forced Game 7. It was a symbol of hope, willpower, and theater at its highest form. Departure from Boston. A rivalry is born. Despite his success, Fisk's relationship with the Red Sox front office was troubled. Salary disputes, disagreements over treatment, and contract mishandling led to his unexpected free agency. Boston allowed him to walk, by mistake after missing a contract deadline. The Chicago White Sox saw their opportunity and seized it. This move sparked one of the most emotionally charged storylines of the era, Fisk's new rivalry with the team that raised him. The White Sox era, Fisk reinvents himself arriving in Chicago. Fisk became more than a star player, he became the spiritual leader of the franchise. What made Fisk's Chicago years extraordinary? He posted several strong seasons after turning 35. An age when most catchers retire. He completely overhauled his conditioning, becoming one of MLB's first fitness pioneers. He mentored young pitchers, many of whom credit Fisk with transforming their careers. He embraced a new identity as a veteran warrior, respected league-wide for his toughness. In many ways, Fisk's Chicago chapter was the true testament of his greatness. The Fisk-Deion Sanders confrontation. The standards of a legend. One of Fisk's most famous moments didn't involve a hit at all. In 1990, Deion Sanders popped up a ball and didn't run. Fisk, 43 years old, exploded with anger, confronting him at the plate. "Run, rookie. That's how it's done." Sanders barked back. Fisk barked louder. To Fisk, hustle wasn't optional. The game demanded respect, and he enforced it like a guardian of baseball's unwritten code. The records, the pain, the perseverance, the longevity of Fisk's career is almost difficult to comprehend. Catchers rarely last 10 to 12 years. Fisk lasted 24. He caught more than 2,200 games, each one a physical trial. His hands were scarred, fingers crooked, knees worn from countless crouches. Yet his mind was sharper than ever. Teammates say he remembered every hitter's tendencies, every pitcher.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.